Good afternoon, everyone. I would love to introduce the next panel that we have from the Miami-Dade Innovation Authority called Enhancing Transportation Visibility Challenge. I would like to welcome to the stage Paul from Miami-Dade Innovation Authority.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. I love having such an enthusiastic group in here. How's everybody doing? Great. Hi, my name is Paul Griebel. I am the Public Challenge Manager with MDIA. For those unfamiliar with us, MDIA is an organization that believes that technology can solve public challenges. We are the first of our kind in public innovation in the United States. What we do is bridge the gap between private sector innovators and public sector decision makers to fast-track technology that enables local governments to more effectively and efficiently improve quality of life. And we're super excited about this initiative at this critical moment for Miami-Dade County because we've experienced so much growth and there's just a tremendous opportunity to scale innovation within our community. So through our Public Innovation Challenge, has launched 5 public innovation challenges. We've sourced roughly 400 startups with technology and innovative solutions from 41 different countries. We've cultivated an applicant company cohort that boasts a cumulative economic impact of $6.5 billion in revenue, $2 billion fundraised, and over 44,000 employees. We've spearheaded 14 public pilots, and we've streamlined the procurement process to reduce time to pilot by 67%. Miami-Dade is growing, as many of you know. We have over 2.7 million residents and 27 million visitors each year, with tens of thousands moving around at once. Improving traffic visibility isn't just about convenience, it's about safety, better planning, reduced emissions, and faster commutes for everyone. And with that in mind, we partnered with our colleagues at the Department of Transportation and Public Works to launch a public innovation challenge addressing transportation visibility within Miami-Dade County, which we launched last October, and I'll share some more details about the outcomes from that challenge momentarily. But this challenge really was laser focused on enhancing transportation visibility in Miami-Dade County. Whether it's the crowds at Art Basel or Ultra Music Festival, a Taylor Swift concert, Dolphins games, the upcoming World Cup, we need smarter ways to move people safely and efficiently. So we called on innovators to help us reimagine transportation across roads, sidewalks, and public spaces. And through this partnership with the Department of Transportation and Public Works, as well as our key partners in CoMotion and Transit Alliance Miami, we were able to successfully recruit a large pool of applicants to consider for this exciting opportunity. So our collaboration with CoMotion for this challenge further enhanced our efforts to attract the best and brightest startups that are reimagining how we manage transportation in real time. So the outcomes from this challenge, launched in October of 2024, we attracted pitches from nearly 100 companies. These technologies that will lead to safer streets, smarter traffic flow, reduced congestion and emissions, and more responsive mobility during our biggest cultural moments. And the solutions proposed by these companies were wide-ranging and groundbreaking, presenting a slew of exciting new opportunities for the county to consider. So again, we couldn't have successfully executed this without the various partners that we worked with. And I want to invite up one of our partners from the Department of Transportation and Public Works to share some perspectives from the county. So please welcome Tawari Edmondson from the Department of Transportation and Public Works.
Thank you. Yes, I just got brought into this recently, but something I'm really excited to work on. I think I got introduced to this project about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I think one of the things that we're really looking at is using this information, using the data that are produced to kind of see how we can make our county, more efficient, have relieve congestion, and really use predictive AI, which I think we've all been familiar with now, to kind of be more proactive in how we address congestion and how we address safety. I think the goal is to really have using the new innovation, using what's out there to kind of be in line with the county's goals and vision of building a more sustainable and connected transportation network, and using all the resources that we have to ensure that we can have a future-ready community that really purports, like economic growth. We really want to have economic growth and to have that future community. So I think this is exciting. I'm working on the team. I think I've just met some of the team 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're looking at using the digital twin to see how we can look at the World Cup, being predictive in how we address World Cup congestion. I know we're looking at safety, looking at near misses, seeing in different areas, different spots where there's hot spots for crashes and safety issues, using our high safety injury network. And then we also want to use just congestion, bottlenecks. As you alluded to earlier, if we're having the Art Basel and a Miami Heat game on the same night, how can we use predictive analysis, use information that we already have to better plan for these events? So I think it's something I'm really excited about. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Tuari. Again, under the innovative perspectives of our partners, the Department of Transportation and Public Works, as well as that of our county leadership and the mayor's office, we're super excited about this opportunity. As I mentioned, the winning companies from this Public Innovation Challenge will have the opportunity to pilot their solution in a real-world situation in partnership with the department. So after we received the roughly 100 applicants for this opportunity, we went through a competitive selection process and ultimately settled on 9 finalists. So we're excited to share some of these potential solutions with all of you today. We have 3 of our companies here that will be sharing more about their solution and the vision for their company with all of you today. And so we're fortunate to start with, we have Wei Sun, the CEO of AIWaysion, who will share a bit more about his company.
Thank you. Cool. Thank you, Paul. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wei Sun. I'm super excited to be here today, and I'm excited to introduce AIWaysion to you guys and our technology, specifically the AI and computer vision technology that we want to offer to Miami-Dade County. So we are basically a University of Washington spin-off company. So since 2022, that we have co-founded this company with a professor from University of Washington, and since then we got very incredible momentum. So we have been working with Federal Highway Administration and a few US DOT divisions to develop a series of hardware and software products for advanced comprehensive traffic monitoring, as well as advanced AI and video analytics, V2S communication and control. So all those products we have developed can support both the data collection, multimodal data collection of traffic and roadway conditions for transportation planning, as well as real-time transportation visibility for traffic operations. So these are actually some of the hardware and software that we have developed from AIWaysion, and over the years we have partnered with several Department of Transportation, whether state, local, and tribal, as well as federal. We have also been working with a lot of industry-leading companies to scale and also to build our products. So we are headquarters in Seattle, Washington, but actually I got my PhD from University of Florida. So I actually just got, yeah, go Gators. Yeah, I just got back from Gainesville yesterday. I visited to my professor here at UF. So with strong support from US DOT Federal Highway, so we've basically been working on a lot of projects. Our system has been deployed across the nation, in actually a lot of locations, covering both the very remote and rural locations in Washington, for rural ITS solutions to monitor traffic, roadway conditions, and particularly improving the safety of those roadways for everyone. And also to the busy streets of New York City that we have been working with the New York City DOT for a smart curb management, smart curb pilot projects. And we have also been recently working with a lot of other cities in the West and East Coast for a variety of ITS applications. So since our spin-off with UW, we actually have been awarded with a lot of achievements, and we been invited to many top conferences, including this amazing CoMotion Miami. And also, like, our work has been featured in a lot of media coverages, both domestic and international. This is one of the big awards that we have recently received from, one is from Federal Highway, it's the Innovative Project Award, that actually leads to a Smart Grant Award recently, last year. The other one is the Success Story Award from the US DOT Volpe Center. This is actually the Edge AI technology that we plan to deploy, working through a pilot with the Miami-Dade County Department of Transportation and Public Works, and also MDIA, and also a few other technology we're planning to offer, including the software, video analytics, and prediction. So this particular hardware has been developed originally in the University of Washington Star Lab, and later exclusive license to AIWaysion for commercialization. And since then, we actually been adding new features by working on a series of very successful federal projects over the last 3 years. And for things like connected autonomous vehicles, smart parking, and as well as video analytics for traffic management. So this particular device is called Mobile Unit for Sensing Traffic, or MUST. It's a hardware, unlike other devices, particular vision-based devices you normally see. It uniquely integrates several pieces in one unit, perception, computing, and communication. So basically, it can support a lot of applications by providing the flexible data that DOT are needing. So basically, this is like a Dell computer that can be actually customized. So for sensor, as you can see, you can work with the Doom PTZ night vision camera, as well as Bluetooth Wi-Fi MAC address detector, and a variety of environmental sensors that can be attached just outside the, right outside the aluminum shell. And inside the shell, we've actually been working with NVIDIA, which is our partner, that been providing us with basically the top-notch AI chips with the best performance. We have several versions of our MUST devices based on different type of applications, working on different versions of NVIDIA GPU and CPUs. And also inside the shell, we have the communication unit, all integrated in the same device. So it can support 4G LTE or 5G communication. Basically, with that capability, it basically can do the analysis right on the spot, on the edge, and then communicate that critical information that extracted from those video or images on the edge directly to either the TMC or the road users or different type of traffic control devices. So we have deployed our system in a lot of locations because the highly integrated form of the device and also its edge computing and communication capabilities. It basically can, literally can be deployed at any places with very minimal infrastructure support. So basically, for most of our deployments, all we need is one power cable. So that can support either it's 12 volt DC or 120 volt AC that we have a converter for. So basically, compared to other ITS vision-based equipment that you normally need to power at least 2 or 3 equipment for a camera, for a router, or for a computing unit that need to be put into the cabinet. This device is just one piece, need one power supply. So it basically can be deployed anywhere, and also we have the solar and battery options for some use cases. The MUST device can actually directly communicate with the traffic control devices like signal controller. It has been used to communicate different type of ATC controller funded by a federal highway projects, and also support V2X application, as well as directly communicate to roadside message board or VMS signs for real-time safety intervention. So in addition to the hardware, this is a software, it's called VisionNet. VisionNet is a web-based platform based on AWS. Basically, it can provide the device management of all the devices you have installed in the field, and also the data management, analysis, and visualization. So particular, this function is a VisionNet traffic and provide you both the real-time and historical traffic data. And also, if set up, it can also provide the screenshot or short video clips for those interested events. Basically, it can provide things from multimodal traffic data that are compliant with federal highway standards, including both vehicle, pedestrian, and micromobility users, as well at both the intersections and along the critical road segments. This is VisionNet Safety. It can provide you both real-time and also historical safety data, and also with snapshots as well as short video clips. So some of the events we normally collect for the DOTs are collision near-miss events, any type of abnormal trajectory-based analysis-based events, customized by different DOTs based on local needs, or with a lot of transportation agencies, as well as universities for some of the cutting-edge research projects. And also with most agencies, it's kind of like deployment projects. We have also been working with a lot of technology companies to basically scale up our production. How much time do I have? Okay, cool, thank you. I have many slides. I need to speed up a little bit. Yeah, but basically, if you have any questions, just let me know afterwards. Basically, these are actually the core solutions we actually, as AIWaysion, we are providing. But we are still in the process of setting up a pilot with Miami-Dade County, so we can pick some of the things that actually the DOTs are interested for and customize that solution for Miami-Dade. So basically, we cover from the traffic data collection, multimodal data collection, all the way to road environmental condition monitoring, as well as asset management. We actually have a pretty big project working with Washington State DOT on graffiti detection, which is something like nobody else is offering. So we're actually very flexible. We can customize a solution pretty quickly because we have a very big research team. We can also, in addition to the historical data collection, we also support real-time TSMO applications from both traffic adaptive signal control to some of the real-time safety interventions. And also the newest connected autonomous vehicle project, we also have a project working with Federal Highway. So even though we're still in the process of setting up a pilot, this is basically the solution we are proposing to Miami-Dade County, basically using our AI-powered video analytics for real-time event traffic management, and also collecting historical data to support future prediction and also recommendations for future event management strategies. So basically, we can do either using our edge AI devices or using the DOT's existing cameras. We can do things from detection, tracking, and also trajectory analysis and prediction to identify the events of interest based on real-time trajectory analysis, such as collision near-miss events, and also to the visualization of different type of charts, figures, heat maps that can provide the more direct insight. So this is an overview of the solution that we're still fine-tuning the details. But basically, in addition to real-time integration with TMC that we want to work with DOT, but we need to do it in a phased approach to see if it's reliable and feasible. And then in the future, we also want to, as we're collecting more data, we want to analyze the traffic trends before, during, and after those kind of big events. And also, hopefully, we can recommend the actionable insight to DOT to improve the future management of those events. So in addition to those predictive analytics, we can also provide real-time insights, traffic visibility through our cameras if we can deploy on the roadside. So combining both the event strategy planning to real-time insight, I think that would overall improve the event management strategy in the Miami-Dade County. Cool. Thank you.
Great, and we have a few minutes for Q&A if anybody has any questions for Wei just before he steps off stage. So if we have anybody interested to have any questions answered, please feel free to raise your hand. Yes, we'll have a microphone over for you in just a second. Yeah.
Good presentation, thank you.
Thank you.
Are you thinking about using concepts like agentic AI?
Can you elaborate more on that?
Agentic AI is like an AI agent.
Agent AI. Okay, yeah. Got it.
I mean, it's AI agent, but
Yeah.
the technical term was agentic AI.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess because our agenda for this, from AIWaysion's company's perspective, we're always supporting new research. We're actually doing a lot, both edge and cloud combined solutions, as well AI agents, and also some of the general AI, VLM, LLM models, to hopefully provide those kind of more flexible solution, actionable insights, in addition to those kind of monitoring functions we can provide with the camera video analytics. But particularly for this Miami-Dade County pilot, we mostly want to work with DOT on that solution. If DOT is interested in that, those newer, fancier solution, we definitely can appeal to that. But mostly we want to be able to generate the actual insight. Starting from the step one is to check out the existing event traffic management strategies DOT already have, what kind of input they need. We can starting from providing those kind of traffic information, maybe they need that, and then gradually move to real time, from historical to real time, and then to more fancier applications. Cool, thank you. Yeah, good question though. Yeah. Hey, Andrew.
Thinking of your data management and analysis platform, are you able to plug in or integrate other sources of data beyond just what you're collecting with your device?
Yeah, that's a good question. First of all, we are using the OMF CDS for our New York City project for smart car management. But to answer your question, so basically, for the hardware, particularly, we are mostly using the sensor that attached to the hardware. But actually, we have a software called AIWaysion that can actually integrate. Because we have access to the internet, we can integrate some of the online public available data sources. So to the best as we can. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions? Great. All right. Thank you, Wei.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wei. Very exciting solution. Thank you. So for our second finalist that we'll be presenting today, I'd like to welcome to the stage Apurva Kumar, the founder and CEO of CITYDATA.ai. Apurva.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Apurva Kumar. I'm the founder and CEO of CITYDATA, that's CITYDATA, one word, .ai. And I'm really excited to be here today, talking to you about my company, which does mobility intelligence. We are based in Silicon Valley. And the product I'm going to talk to you about is called CitySim. So we are trying to solve multiple problems. And I'm going to talk about the top 3 problems just to set the context. The first problem we are trying to solve is how many people? How many people in your city? How many people in your county? How many people in your neighborhoods? And most municipal authorities struggle with quantifying how many people. It sounds like a simple question, but it has a profoundly difficult answer. The second problem we are trying to solve is how do these people move? Like, what are the movement patterns on an hourly basis? How do they move every day, every week, every month? Again, a very simple question, but it has a complicated answer. And the third problem is, if we can solve problems 1 and 2, can our DOTs, our departments of transportation, actually use all of this data to create a mobility digital twin and then do that on a budget. Because oftentimes the simulators that we use are complicated, they're expensive, they're devoid of actual real world data, and so many, many complexities that we are trying to solve with problem number 3. So to solve these problems, we came up with a solution called CitySim. CitySim is short for City Simulator. CitySim is the brains behind the simulation engine, and it takes many different inputs. I've listed 3 inputs here: city flow, city count, and city survey. So those are the 3 inputs on the left side of your screen that go into the CitySim engine. And then on the output side, you have this simulation or a digital twin that can help you solve many different questions. You get the answers to questions like, what are the general road usage patterns in my city or my county? Is my public transit efficient? What are the congestion patterns, and what are the potential intervention schemes that we could have? Major events and festivals. We talked about the Taylor Swift concert. We've talked about the Formula One race. We've talked about your World Cup that's coming up. What do you do to solve those types of congestion problems, and how do you manage those events overall? And last but not the least, natural disasters. What can you do to prepare for natural disasters? So CitySim is what we are building and what we are hoping to deploy in a pretty significant way to solve these problems for Miami-Dade. Now let's go into some of these inputs in detail, and then we'll talk about the outputs as well. So let's look at the first input, that's city flow. So city flow is our data set that brings over 10,000 different individual data sources to our cities and counties to help them understand how do people move. What are the movement patterns at mega scale? So how do we do this? What are these data sets? We are bringing in data from mobile apps, crowdsource apps with consent and opt-in. We are bringing data from Wi-Fi hotspots, IoT sensors. There are companies here that build wonderful sensors so we can integrate all of those data sets into our platform. We look for data from sensors like EV charging stations, solar lighting points, CCTV cameras, traffic counters. And we also look at data coming in from connected vehicles or fleets. So most of the fleets today have GPS built in, and we try to bring that data into our platform. Once you have these data sets, you can try and infer the origin points, the destination points. How do people move? How many trips are happening in my city or county? Is it driving, walking, cycling, or public transit? What is the mode of movement? And then how does this look at a month scale, week scale, and an annual scale? So the screen here shows you the overall movement patterns for the state of Florida. This is one of the things we did when we applied for the MDIA challenge. We showed you the movement across the entire state for driving, cycling, and walking trips. If you look at the trip counts, these are almost 1 billion trips that we've counted and quantified across the state of Florida. And you can see the map there. You can select any of the census blocks across the state as an origin point, and the tool tells you, the city flow tool tells you all the destination points for that single origin point. And so you get an origin destination matrix or a network as a result of this. Let's look at the second input. The second input is called city count. And as the name suggests, it's counting. It's telling you how many people visit different places in your county. A place could be a business, it could be a downtown zone, it could be a commercial district, shopping mall, parks, open spaces, trails. And so you can quantify what we consider to be patterns of life. How do people move in your county, but where do they visit? How long do they stay at these places? And what are the trends by the hour, by the day, week, and month? And so city count really tells you the patterns of life, combined with city flow, which are movement patterns. These are 2 essential inputs for simulations. Now the screen here shows you city count, but we've focused on just parks and open spaces. This was an experiment we did again when we applied for MDIA to show you how the process works. And so you're looking at 410 parks and open spaces across the county, and your visits to these places is 4.81 million visits. And you can see the trends by the hour of the day. You can see the trends by the day of the week. You can see how long people stayed in terms of dwell time. And you can also see the breakdown by morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Now, you might also ask the question, where do these people come from across the greater United States? So if you want to look at the 410 parks and open spaces in the county, the people who visit are coming from all over the US. And that's surprising to most municipalities and to most agencies. When we put this map up, they're shocked to see that people from all over the country are visiting just your parks and open spaces. And we haven't even looked at downtowns and commercial zones yet. All right, so all of these inputs combined with inputs like the CCTV cameras and the sensors go into our simulation engine. And in our simulation engine, or what we consider the mobility digital twin engine, we are combining these data sets and we are transforming the data into a synthetic population. Why? For privacy reasons. You don't want to operate on the original data. You always want to operate on a synthetic population that's created from the original data. And so that's what happens here. And I'll show you, instead of talking about it, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. How do I play this? There should be a video that plays here.
Yeah, no, it's because it's linked to your Google and it needs Google access to work. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
If it was on YouTube, I could have thrown it up, but
Uh, the entire network, and you know the impact of it. So if I do widen the road, how many agents, i.e. people, are going to actually use it? And is that going to solve the congestion problem that I thought I was going to solve when I set about doing this? So to answer those questions, you do need a mobility digital twin and a simulation. So I said 3 problems, but I really lied. There are 2 more problems. So problem number 4 that we are trying to solve is, what if cars fly? Well, we're not going to solve that problem, but what happens if cars were to fly in the future? And so that's called urban air mobility, or UAM for short. And the aircraft are called eVTOLs, or electric vertical takeoff and landing crafts. And if in the future, is it plus 2 years, plus 4 years, if in the future this were to happen, how do counties and cities prepare for it? And so CitySim is the engine that helps you simulate that. So you can simulate the takeoff and landing zones, which are also called vertiports. And you can try and build a network that suggests if these aircraft were to operate in your city airspace and transport people from point A to point B, like Uber does today or Lyft does today, what does that look like? And so we ran a quick experiment. I think this was from Tampa to Orlando. And we made some assumptions about the types of aircraft, their range, their capacity. And we came up with some fleet numbers. And so, like, if you want to run at peak hours, you might need a fleet of 3 to operate between Tampa and Florida. And that's for a single hour. And so you could have a much larger fleet if you want to operate an entire day. Problem number 5 that we can solve is the impact of natural disasters. So in our country, we have lots of different natural disasters in different regions. You have hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, wildfires. And one of the things that happens is people move out of the area, the impacted areas, and then they try to come back in. And so we try to measure the impact in terms of what happened the week before the disaster when the warnings went out, what happened the week of the disaster when things were really bad, and what happened 6 months after. Did the impacted areas get repopulated? Did people really move back in? And what does that look like? And so CitySim is a great way to simulate those scenarios. In terms of traction, there's supply and demand. On the supply side, we are collecting data worldwide. We collect data every hour, every day for over 9,000 cities. On the demand side, we are really proud that we have over 100 subscription customers. These are cities, counties, government entities that are continuously buying our data and paying for it every month. We're also really blessed to have the GovTech 100 label, and now we are a Miami-Dade finalist, MDIA finalist, so really happy about that. We're also a Smart 50 award winner and a GeoAwesome 100 company. So we are collecting data for 9,000 cities. We have over 100 customers. We are doing this with a team of 20. So we have an awesome, awesome team of 20 specialists. These are specialists in AI, ML, earth sciences, geospatial intelligence. My background is in earth sciences and engineering from Stanford University, and I'm really proud of this team. And last but not the least, when you're dealing with data at this volume, and you're dealing about data for visits and movement patterns, you've got to keep privacy front and center. And so everything we do, we look at privacy first. We've got to make sure that we are compliant with local regulations as well as nationwide regulations like GDPR, CCPA, and that's what we do for every customer, every undertaking that CityData takes on. So that's our story. Thanks for listening. Yeah, happy to take questions. Go on.
Hi, great
Hey.
to meet you. I really liked the slide and like the proposition you had with kind of the weather dynamic and how during certain natural disasters or storms, you can kind of track people's patterns, especially in a place like Florida where obviously that's common. I guess, have you gotten any feedback from potential real estate companies and kind of firms of that regard that have, yeah, this is my question to you, because to me, this is talking about privacy of data, but this is fascinating. Like this is a big sale point for a lot of people. I'm not even in this space. I was just like intrigued by this. So please give me I love that you're smiling. I love bringing a little light to it. So let me hear it.
That's a great question. This is something we struggled with a lot. It's a founding question for the company. So when we founded the company, this was in peak COVID. And we were trying to measure movement patterns back in October of 2020. And the question we asked ourselves is, are we going to provide these types of data insights to everyone? Or are we going to provide these data insights only to government entities that needed it the most back then? And so we made that choice, and we said that GovTech, or government technology, is the lane we're going to swim in, and we stuck with it. We've gotten a lot of requests from retail, real estate, commercial real estate, you name it. We've had hedge funds, investment banks. They all come to us asking us, can we have access to the data? And our standard answer is no, because we are a GovTech company. So these logos that you see on this screen, these are all government entities. And when you see a private sector or an enterprise customer, we only take on that engagement if they are working for a government entity. So the end user is always government entities, municipalities, counties, and cities. So if for example, we provide these data insights to Miami-Dade, and they in turn give it to all the businesses in the downtown area or the commercial zones, we are totally fine with it. But we do not provide these data insights directly.
Hello, good afternoon. Felipe Chung, technologist.
Hey.
I walked in halfway through, so excuse me if you already covered this. Are you leveraging open circuit cameras, traffic cameras, running AI on top of it to create intelligence, live, fluid data?
So yes, and that is on a case-by-case basis. Great question. So for example, when we work here with Miami-Dade, we know that the other finalists here have sensors and cameras, and there's data going to be produced through those sensors and cameras. We know that the city and the county already have lots of CCTV cameras and traffic sensors. So we work with the counties and the cities to bring that data into our network with their consent. And then we add it to the data that we already have. So we enhance the existing data sets with data provided by the county or the city.
Hi.
Hey,
Looks like, can I term your enterprise as a DaaS, data as a service kind of enterprise, or?
that's a good term. I like that.
Yeah.
There's SaaS
So-
and now there's DaaS, okay.
Yeah. Well, I just made it up, but that's a different thing. But so the thing is that, I used to work in 2 state DOTs, and there's so much data coming in,
Yeah.
fast and furious,
Yeah.
as you know it, and the sources are multiplicative in nature. I mean, today's data sources and equipment that collect data or detect data is so much. How are we going to know what type of data we want to get if you're the supplier of data? So that relates to a concept that I was reading. It's called dimensionality reduction. So we get what we want out of it, not the entire data set, because that may be kind of related to a mobility issue or a safety issue or a reliability or a weather recovery kind of a pattern. So are you kind of adopting that kind of tool or concept?
Every step of the way. So thank you for asking about dimensionality reduction. That happens every step of the way because you're right, we are looking at 10 terabytes of data on a day scale. And that doesn't even include the video streams that are coming in from the city or the county's CCTV cameras or other sensors. So we have to keep reducing the data to what is really needed and what we think is most relevant. And the simulator is the best way of doing that because that takes all the different data sets and basically creates a synthetic population for you. So you don't have to worry about that camera or that sensor or that weather station anymore. You just know that this is how people move. And you get that mobility digital twin that takes into account all the different inputs that went into it. So it significantly reduces your dimensionality at that point. Are you asking about how much it's going to cost? It depends on what NVIDIA says. Yes, sir.
Is there like a calibration or a validation process that is a part of the model to make sure that whatever's coming out of it is actually valid?
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Yes, and that comes down to the data sets you share with us, as well as data sets that we are collecting. So for example, we might see 100 people are in a park or an open space based on our data set. And you might have a counting camera or a CCTV camera that may not be in the park, but near the park, and that's counting at 150. And so we know what our scale-up ratio needs to be in that part of your county based on the ground truth versus what our data shows. And so we keep doing that throughout your city or your county. We look at your airport, we look at your transit stations, we'll look at your downtown area, and we'll take any data sets you give us, calibrate our data based on the ground truth, and then adjust the model.
And how often is that iterative process?
That is a cost question. So we can iterate on a day scale, we can iterate on a week or a month scale. And so that really depends on how often do you need it. Do you need it near real time, like you need this every hour? That can also be done, but there are cost implications to that. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Apurva. Incredible solution that you're building. Congrats to you and your team. For our final presentation from our Transportation Visibility Challenge finalists, we have Paul Sun, the president of Vaidio, to share about his company. Paul.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, Paul, for the invite. Really happy to share with you some of the work that we have been doing, pioneering in cities, smart cities. So, well, I'm trying to find my next slide here. Keep on fast forwarding. Let me introduce Vaidio. We're based out in Stamford, Connecticut, and we actually started 10 years ago. We have been pioneering a lot of the AI, especially in the domain of vision for cities for the past 10 years. I'll share with you some of the success stories. The company, we're about 100 employees. We raised over 25 million in terms of venture capital funding, so we've been deploying this across the globe, actually. So one of the things that we do is we have a software company. We actually only do AI vision software. So the software basically acquires the data, especially on the vision side, mostly from smart cities, CCTV cameras. We pretty much, one of the beauty of the software is over the years, we've integrated with over 1,000 different brands of CCTV, even analog cameras many of the city has deployed over the past 15, 20 years. We're able to extract those video data and turn it into actionable intelligence, either traffic data or security. Now, one of the things about AI, actually, very quietly, many of the cities, it may not be publicized, but the first stakeholders within city that adopted AI vision is actually in the security, especially the public security sector. I'm talking about the law enforcement. So for example, starting over 6-7 years ago, we actually have deployed physical security using AI vision for the city of Chicago, for New York Metro. This many of the applications in vehicle identification and license plate, automatic license plate reader are actually being deployed at scale. So today, we're probably deployed in over 20 countries, well over 1,000 enterprise customers in cities. I'll go through some examples in the cities that deployed this. So pretty much AI vision now is actually, among all the AI discipline, actually computer vision is the first main use case that AI actually totally disrupted in the marketplace. So pretty much every organization, enterprise, from the McDonald's to Disney Park in Orlando have actually already deployed a lot of this AI vision for many different type of use case. So let me talk a little bit about smart city related applications. So within a city, county, there's typically what we see two key stakeholder group that really can generate return on investment and on the use case. One is, I alluded to earlier, on the security side. So many of the city with the CCTV cameras, whether in New York, Metro, or Chicago. Actually, let me talk about the Chicago. Anyone flying to Chicago, please do not speed. The entire Orlando, every key intersection coming in and out of the city are fully deployed with the LPR. And this is a software system that works with their existing CCTV camera. Literally within a couple of days, we turn every one of those intersections into actually useful for the physical security for the city police departments, used for tracking down really vehicle of interest, so to speak. Okay? And over the years, the traffic engineers, they say, "Oh, wow, this is good stuff. How about applying it for traffic?" And yes, absolutely. So we can definitely apply the same vehicle counting, identifying trucks. For example, some of the use case, a city in Dubuque, Iowa, the traffic engineer is actually trying to predict when to repair the roads. And the roads are primarily damage caused by the 18-wheeler trucks. So we count if 50,000 18-wheeler truck go through a particular intersection, they can actually use agentic AI and predict when there's going to be potholes coming up for repair. So a lot of those type of near-miss application, looking at the data, we can actually predict, compare a city's intersection and which one is more problematic to having fatal accidents between pedestrian, vehicle, bicycle versus vehicle. So all of those applications are actually being deployed now. this is an actual, I'm going to run a live video. Maybe there's issue, I think. So I'm going to talk through this. This is actually deployed in the city of Sarasota. So you see that on the screen there, there's a little circle on the signal light. Actually, there is an AIWaysion system that actually read when the light changes. So please do not speed in city of Sarasota. If you get a red light violation, you can blame it on us. We're the guys who automate that. So any vehicle go through it, the system will catch your license plate and get forwarded to a human decision maker to actually send you the traffic violation to your home. So this is actually deployed at scale in Florida, in New York, in Illinois, and this is one of a few AI areas that actually quietly starting to changes a lot of those violations. This is another example in the city of Dubuque. On the top of it, you see, if you can see at the back there, it's MBL, MBT. Those are traffic engineering terminology, meaning a vehicle going northbound through, northbound right, northbound left. So we count every type of vehicle by bicycle, by trucks, and what we are able to do at scale is what the city of Dubuque, Iowa, the traffic engineering team have a fairly ambitious goal. They want to synchronize the entire city's 2,000 cameras, entirely synchronized. I mean, that's a grand vision, right? Depending on how the city's infrastructure are built. But this was actually being done, starting to do at scale now. It turns out that the city actually deployed, over the past 10 years, all of the IP cameras. We don't even need to deploy any new camera. Just collect the video, start generating the every individual count on the traffic. We're starting to do this on key neighborhood by neighborhood and start to generate real actionable intelligence on all the data. And from this, one of the next thing that we're doing now is creating starting to bring in the agentic AI technology and try to do predictive near-miss analysis. So this whole AI vision is really starting to change a lot of the what-if discussions in the past when we have discussion with a smart city. And hopefully we can do the same thing with Miami-Dade County also. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Okay, all right, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you to all of our presenters. We really appreciate your participation today. We're super excited again about all of the applicants that have submitted their applications to this challenge, and we're looking forward to making a formal announcement of the winners in the near future. Thank you all so much for joining us for this session. Would love to have you engage with us further. Please don't hesitate to talk to any of our team who are here today. And keep an eye out for future challenges that are coming up. We just actually wrapped up the application section of our most recent challenge addressing solid waste diversion in Miami-Dade County. So we have a number of other exciting challenges in the pipeline coming up soon. So we invite you to visit our website, MDIA.Miami, and certainly feel free to talk to our team while you're here. So thank you all so much for being here.